the Middle East is going at it again. Israel and Gaza again. It's not the first time they've done it. They've had their scrimmages, but this one looks pretty intense compared to previous scrimmages.
I'm with you. I saw the headlines. I go on X, which was Twitter, and I see the worst thing since the Holocaust. So I'm thinking some real bad stuff happened. And come to think of it, a lot of bad stuff happened. And then I start going down the rabbit hole. I start talking to friends that are, no, I don't want to say conspiracy theorists, but they have, their theories. And most of the time they've been right about their theories, So I, just BS talk, get different people's opinions. And it's not just like Republicans, but I have a lot of Democratic friends that I get their opinions and they don't, they tell me what they think. That whole Palestine-Israel thing, I'm not taking a side. There's too much history on both sides, and if you don't listen to both sides, then you're a hypocrite. You can't pick one because there is truth to both sides. There is a reason why they hate each other, right?
Oh, sure.
And these Palestinians, they've been kicked out of their land. Let's be honest, for a long time, and they've been getting bombed, which is crazy to me. Is like, if you look at the death count, it's almost 10-1.
Sure.
On how many more Palestinians die over Jews, but we care about the Jews, right? Because the U.S. and Israel, that's our lifeline into the Middle East. Without them,
Jews is a section of people / religion.
Yeah. Well, Israel,
Palestinians it's another just Arab section of people, right? And there's only so many Jews in the world. It's only just...
Doesn't feel like it, but yeah.
It doesn't feel like it, but yeah. But the whole situation there, like you, it's like I try to research it as much as possible, and I can't come to, a side. Like, I can't root for anyone, because to me, it feels like they both play
There's no clear-cut winner. There's no clear... When we start saying that the good side is Israel, we automatically are saying that they're bad, that Palestinians are bad. Then a lot of people shut off and they're like, we're pro-Israel, this and that. When Biden came out, he's Israel.
It's not the Palestinians. It's the militia group / terrorist group, Hamas.
Correct.
But they live in Gaza.
They have bases
they shield
in Gaza.
themselves within the residents when they're shooting at Israel. When Israel defends themselves, of course, there's going to be collateral damage when they're trying to take out Hamas militant groups.
So when there is collateral damage, they can blame it on Israel.
Yeah, and then
you're killing babies.
They both do this. You're killing babies. You're killing children.
War.
You're killing.
It's war. It's genocide. It sucks, and it's like let them go at it. Let them go at it. Like, why we're sticking our nose again, and then gives everyone else a reason to stick their nose against us. So there's no, like I said, I can't pick a side because I've studied both sides, and there is no clear-cut winner. There's no, it's like, okay, Israel's 61% right and Palestinians are 39%. It's not like that. It's not. It's not black and white. It's so gray. It goes.
You watch the local news, and of course it's very sided with Israel, and they're saying they have the right to defend themselves. Hamas has killed women, children, and babies. They're really emphasizing babies too.
Big time kids.
Now, for me, I don't know if that's true if they've killed babies, but at the same time, I don't want to see the footage. So I'm torn on that. It's hard for me to believe whether they have or have not. I have seen footage of them going into Israel and just killing anyone. Anyone out on site.
That's bizarre. That is bizarre. That's a whole level of evil.
Random innocent people, not even military or anything.
Innocent family. That's why you should not give your guns away. Your guns, rifles, ARs. No, I'd be like, this is the exact reason why we have guns. Let them, one of many, but let those countries try to, and there's pros and cons to that. A, you defend yourself. B, someone else, some nut job can have a gun and go off on you, right? Which I got a story about that later. It's a crazy story.
But yeah, I mean, just watching that in the news, of course, again, it's very swayed towards Israel. Innocent people are dying, this and that. But we don't hear about, at least on the mainstream media, you have to see it on X and whatnot, about the innocent Palestinians.
Right? That's weird, right? There's no innocent Palestinians. I'm telling you, the media doesn't make them out to be innocent unless there's, you see it on social media or something like that, or you see what do they call those Democrats? The tribe or the squad? The squad. They're all pro-Palestine, right? And there's nothing wrong. Like everyone's pissed off because that one Talib, not Talib, but one of the Democrats has a Palestinian flag outside her office, and now if she's Palestinian, more power to her, right? But if she's not and she just has it to antagonize people, then come on. If you're Palestinian, awesome. No,
But this is another situation where the world's going to be torn again.
course.
Pro-Israel, and then you're going to have pro-Palestine. It's all over the world. You see all these protests all over the world.
I see more Palestinian protests than Jewish protests. I see a lot of Jews probably not wanting to tell people they're Jew, right? They don't want to have I mean, my point of view is they probably aren't protesting because, well, they don't have to protest. They already have the U.S. funding, right? They already have the U.S. helping them. But the Palestinian protests, they're big.
They're everywhere around the world, and people waving their flag. And,
All around the world.
but it's not like they're Palestinians. They're probably just Arabs supporting Palestinians or woke people
right.
too, right? Because there's a lot of Arabs in the world.
Oh,
Don't
a
forget
ton.
that.
And they have, was it France? Like hardcore deporting people if they have protests?
Any support of
Any support of
or
Palestine,
anything
you're
like
gone.
that. Let me look that up, but keep talking about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I read something about that. It's France and someone else. I saw
I think it was Germany.
Germany. Yes, you're right. Germany. They're not putting up with that crap. They're gonna start deporting people if you start doing riots. If you start doing BLM type of trashing places or starting fights, you're gone. They're just gonna put you on a plane, boat, whatever, on a bus, and take you back to where you come from. So it is Germany and Palestine.
I mean, Reuters says like Germany and France bans dozens of pro-Palestine protests. I guess in those countries you can ban protests, huh?
Well, I don't want to say a theory. I want to go over something I heard on PBD's podcast because, Brian that's on there was talking about, he's Jewish, and he was talking about he was just in Jerusalem. They had Charlie Kirk. Do you know what Charlie Kirk is?
I don't remember.
He's like a hardcore, I don't want to say he's hardcore Republican, but he is Republican. He was on the show, and they were talking about, was this planned? And they got into the conversation because from Jerusalem to Gaza, it's a 45-minute helicopter ride. Okay? You're telling me the IDF that has troops all around the border of Gaza couldn't react to that festival? Like, you start thinking it that way, you're like, did they let this happen? And one of their theories on that show was maybe they said, hey, let's have this festival and just have those people, let's just say collateral damage for Israel, right? For whatever reason, just stay with me on this. It's not my theory. It's just one I heard on PBD. I'm just repeating what I heard. And they didn't realize that they were going to go door to door after because there's speculation that, what is it? Egypt warned them that something big was coming down the pipeline, and it's almost like they ignored it. Charlie Kirk asked, was there a stand down order? Like, did they say, hey, something's going to happen? Let it happen. And maybe Israel thought, oh, it's just be a couple of festival, young kids, whatever, going to a festival. We'll cry about that, and that'll give us a reason to bomb Gaza, whatever. Maybe they didn't realize that they were going, they were saying on the show, maybe they didn't realize that they were going to go further and go door to door and kill innocent people, innocent families on the border towns. If that's true, because it was like 6 to 9 hours that they didn't do anything, right? So you're telling me one of the most advanced defense systems in the world and armies couldn't react to this. Like, I was watching PBD's podcast and going, wow, it kind of blew my mind. You have those moments where I know a little about the situation, but when they tell it like that, you're like, wow, that's right. Like, how did they let this happen? And how did they get back? How did they take prisoners to Gaza? Like, where's the hole in the border, right? How did they get through?
Didn't they plow their way through?
So I saw that they plowed, but that was innocent, civilian type people. One of the videos I saw, it wasn't a military, but it's just crazy to me that happened. And I'm just repeating what I saw on the show. I think PBD's podcast is top notch, and he has people from the left and right. And I think Adam and all those guys do a great job. Adam, Brian, I think it's Brian, do a great job. It's entertaining, and it's great information.
Well, let me try to think this one through because, of course, I'm no expert in this situation, nor do I have an opinion. Standing on order, or maybe there was they just didn't expect it. Maybe they probably get threats all the time, and there could be a point where they don't take them seriously anymore.
Which is sad. Now you got to take everything serious again. Now, but still, that's 6 to 9 hours. Like when someone calls 911, hey, we're getting attacked. Like,
And it took them 6 to 9 hours to respond.
When a civilian helicopter, can get from Jerusalem to Gaza in 45 minutes, don't you think you would have checked that out? Like, the videos that you saw, you saw them shooting people.
Right.
It's crazy. I saw one video where even the people that escaped in their cars, there was a blockage down the road. And it shows them shooting it because this guy's like camera on his dash on his car shows him driving and shows him getting shot, shows the window getting shot, and you're like, did he make it? Did he make it? And you see the car go slow and veer off to the side and then hit another car in front of it. So you know that they're dead, right? And it's just crazy that you have that much hate in this world, that you do that to a bunch of innocent people.
On the whole situation in the Middle East, there's so many factors that goes on of why they keep killing each other. One, land. Second's resources. Third is religion. That plays a huge part.
I think it's the resources, land, and for us,
and most wars are about land and resources, but there's always a masked reason to go in. Like, we need to defend ourselves. We need to do away with their ideologies of communism, and we need to save innocent. It's all BS. It's just an excuse to get in there to either get land or resources.
Yeah,
right.
And to basically, I think they're trying to wipe out Gaza so they can have all that land. Gaza's
the size of Washington, D.C. times 2. It's not that big.
It's small. It's just a strip.
Yeah, it's just a sliver. And I could see them that they just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just kick out all those people out there. There's a concentration
Displace them.
Well, could be. Just a concentration of Hamas growing. They don't want it to grow anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you got Hezbollah getting into the mix now. That's another...
On the other side of the border.
On the
other side of Jerusalem.
They're in Lebanon and... Another very apparently well-trained militia.
I saw that, and we sent 2 different destroyers out there. Thanks for watching our clip. If you want to see more clips like this and you like our views, like the show, click here for some more clips. If you want to hear the whole podcast, watch the whole podcast, click here for the whole podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll get back to you. Thank you, and have a great day.